Oh, cakes and pies, cakes and pies. Welcome back to Frank Opinions. I am Adam,
And I'm Tasker.
and you are listening to the best podcast available for movie talk, entertainment, anything around games, comics. We cover it all. So, welcome back.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're approaching into the month of All Hallows Eve. So these next few podcasts are going to be all about the horror genre. By far one of my favorite genres.
Oh
I
yeah.
enjoy me some horror movies.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't?
So obviously we're shooting this one right now. We release them on September 30th, but Friday's October 1st. So we're just with all the hype and excitement, we're just going right in for it. So today's topic is It, the original series, and then we're going to talk about the uh the two new ones, It and then It Chapter 2, 2017 and 2019. So I'm a shade bit older than Tasker is. How old are you, Tasker?
24.
He's 24. I'm 31, 32 in November. So a little bit age difference there. But I vividly remember watching the series, when I was younger. And to me back then, it was so terrifying that I had forgot it was even a series. I thought it was like a series of movies. I was like, didn't they do like 1, 2, and 3 back in? Tasker's like, no, it was a series. They weren't freaking movies. My God, I feel like it was just it kept in my nightmares. Like that damn clown. And then that mother lover shows up in freaking Home Alone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just watching there. We got the Trumpster shows up. He's like, yeah, down there. And then we get there and he's at the counter as the concierge service. I was just waiting for him to tell Macaulay Culkin. We all float down here.
That'd been
So,
amazing.
I mean, I would have totally looked at Home Alone different. But did you watch the original?
The original It.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What'd you think?
I for the original, it was scary, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but we're talking about that movie came out
It
in
came
the
out.
era of like almost no CGI,
Yeah,
complete
that's
all
right.
acting,
Yeah.
like visual effects were way less. And when you're back in that, I mean, that was the pinnacle of technology. So it is really hard to go back and watch any horror movie of that era and find it completely scary.
Because you see all the cheesiness and all that stuff
Yeah,
in
yeah,
it. I
right.
mean,
Like
you could see it plain as day.
right, yeah, with the makeup and you know everything with him and just the basically the theatrics of it. Every aspect of it you can read.
Yeah. But
And
Pennywise, from the 1990 version, that was, I mean, it's absolute classic look for him.
right. Yeah, it's the thing that based the fear of clowns in every millennial
Yeah.
out there. I mean, if your parents didn't shield you from it. I mean, that was definitely a movie your parents shielded you from. A clown that ate little kids and took them down to his sewer bat cave and suspended them in the air for him to eat on for 27 years.
Except for me, I'm pretty sure I watched it when I was like 6.
Listen, my mom was no holds barred on movies. It didn't matter what freaking happened in them. Like, I was watching it. She'd cover my eyes on some sex scenes, but if
Yep.
someone was getting totally obliterated, fucking chainsawed, I was like right there watching it, like eating my freaking Teddy Grahams, just blowed away right now.
Yeah, that was the same with me.
And then I go to bed and it's like I hear circus music. Like, oh no.
The nightmares begin.
Right. I'm like, maybe Freddy Krueger will kill me first. So anyway, so yeah, the original, great classic. I love it. Gave me nightmares for years. I watched it later on, and I was like, oh, it's still. I knew what was coming. I knew the jump scares of it, and I knew where they was going with it, and I still found it a little bit creepy. But then we transitioned in 2017, and I absolutely get one of my all-time favorite actors. Just not. I mean, Skarsgård absolutely killed it as it, but he's been in so much other stuff and just done a fantastic job in.
Oh yeah.
He's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, he did a phenomenal job on as Pennywise.
Yeah, I mean, his facial expressions that he could do for Pennywise, just insane. That's like Jim Carrey level.
Yeah, and that wasn't CGI or anything. That was him physically was able to do that,
Yeah, that was his smile. It's crazy.
and that's
Like I said, he can use every muscle in his face to make that happen. And the voice that he did of him, and then of course you got all of modern technology, and it really made that movie. That movie made everyone fear clowns to a next level.
for sure. Well, I
And like,
remember I remember when they first showed the picture of Pennywise when they had that first look of him, and I wasn't a fan at first because
oh, see, I loved it.
see I wasn't a
I
fan
loved
because
I loved the lines on his face. I mean,
well
he
see there
had that like 1920s
yeah
vintage clown look to him that you seen on like the tarps and stuff at the big circus the leg type
yeah
traveling circus things you see on TV and you see the clowns in. And they gave him that look, but they gave him that just unreal look because he is super tall in real life. And he was like, what? He's like six, what, six?
I don't know how tall he is right off the top of my head. I don't think he's that tall.
Well, I'll look it up while you're telling me
Okay.
what you was gonna say.
I say I was used to the '90 version, even though I'm younger. When I thought of Pennywise, I thought of what's that actor's name? Tim Curry as
Yeah, Tim
Pennywise.
Curry.
That's who. That's what I thought, and it was just a uh, quick, wide turn, like total different direction with it. Which I mean, I understand, but I wasn't.
Yeah,
I was skeptical.
he's 6'3" and a half.
6'3" and a half. Okay, yeah, that's still
Yeah,
tall.
yeah, that's a big guy. Yeah, I mean he's like super slender but wicked tall. What'd you think he was, like 4'3" or some shit like that?
I was thinking more like 6'1". I mean, not. I mean, tall, but not like super tall.
I mean, I consider that pretty tall. He
I
could
mean,
play basketball.
yeah. But 2017, hands down, uh, probably has the best opening scene of any horror movie to date.
Oh yeah, insanely creepy. Like that bitch just watched George die out the window.
That just sets the tone of the whole movie and just, I mean, skyrockets it over the miniseries. Because to
Oh
me,
yeah, I mean,
this
I
version,
was prepared for
yeah,
what was going to happen. Making the boat and it getting in the storm drain. Like I knew that from the original.
yeah,
And then like when he pops up in there, he's like, "Well, hiya, Georgie." I'm, like, in the theater, I'm like, "That motherfucker, you're gonna die! You gotta get out of there!" And then we got that old woman watching through oh my god.
Just watching the kid
Yeah,
looking
she's
down
like,
the
"Oh,
drain.
look at all the blood out there, huh? A deer must have got ran over.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Alright, let's close the curtain and watch Wheel of Fortune." Yeah. Oh god, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
And, like, the Stranger Things kid, man, I loved him in it.
Oh yeah, he was outstanding in that movie.
Like, my favorite thing is when he's down there in the sewers and, like, they're all around Pennywise. And what he says there, I'm not gonna get 100% right, but he's like, "Didn't wanna come down here. I got hurt. I'm all covered in shit, and now I've gotta clean it and now I gotta kill a clown." I love that part.
Oh yeah. Everything he said during the whole movie, like when the heavier kid got cut, and he's like, "This man's bleeding out, hamburger helper."
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everything he said, he delivered right on the spot. I mean, he didn't miss
Yeah,
at all.
yeah, he was the comic relief of it. Yeah, freaking loved it, man. Like you said, it like, the feeding on the fears of the kids and, like, what each fear they had with the kid with his family burning in that house. It just is insane, like, they hit it out of the park. And then you come to chapter 2, and I to me, it wasn't as good as 1, but number 2 definitely wasn't bad.
Yeah, the first one totally, I mean, is up there as number one. But the second one, I think what really killed it was the length of the movie because that thing was almost 3 hours long. Like I think
Well,
it
yeah,
was.
it's because they chopped the first one short of what happened in the miniseries, and then they had to make it up in the second one
Yeah,
because they
because I
probably just didn't have the budget for a third one.
I heard that there was talks of maybe doing a third one, but that's a whole different story. I don't know
Yeah,
how they
because
would
all
do
they
it.
did was defeat him for 27 more years.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't care for it chapter two was they had the flashbacks. Like they went and then they flashback to like something else that happened that we didn't see in the first chapter.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, they're kind of building a little bit of backstory.
yeah, they were trying to build more backstory. I think if they would converge the two into kind of like one movie, kind of like the miniseries, and just move all the kid parts that was in the chapter two to the first part, and just kind of make it one length, like one long movie, I think it would flow a whole lot better. And like, I think that would make chapter two uh, a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I as far as like transition from chapter 1 to chapter 2, I thought it was flawless. It's one of the better executed, chapter
Oh yeah,
restarts because, when they take him out as kids, they're like, "See you in 27 years, bitch." And then like as soon as he's starting to come back out of hibernation, he's already like screwing with them.
yeah, he was trying to bring him back.
Yeah. And then he gets all crazy pants out of the penitentiary to help him out again.
I think that was probably the weakest point for me was that character.
On the first one or the second one?
The second one when they broke him out of the crazy house.
Yeah, but think about it. Like outside of Pennywise, that kid was their like second biggest fear.
Yeah, I don't know. It just
Like
didn't. I
because
don't
they
know.
were like, "Oh yeah, we deal with this supernatural alien clown thing, but we got this real crazy mother lover over here. That's like a person that he's possessed or
Yeah,
convinced." however you want to look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it was just it felt
They
out of
needed him.
place. It felt out of place.
How did he feel out of place? He was basically part of the old crew.
Well, I know he's part of the whole crew, but it just I don't know. It's just something about I don't know. I
What
don't know
Pennywise
about
gonna be like? Well, we gotta replace that guy.
it.
Hmm.
I
Maybe
mean,
we can find another psychotic 12-year-old.
they had him fall like in the first one. They had him fall down the well, right?
So, what
Then
do you
he
think? He died when
well,
he
I
fell
mean,
down in the bottom of the well?
well, did they show him again at the end of the first one? I'm trying to remember because I remember that was
I
the last time we saw him,
Yeah, basically they dropped him down the hole one.
and that was it.
Right. And then Pennywise went down that hole.
Was that the same time?
No, not at the same time.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Remember he crawled down into it?
yeah, that was a little bit early in the movie. But like, they had him fall down the well. They went down there. They beat Pennywise, and like we never saw the bully again.
Right.
And then he shows
I'm
up in
sure
the second
Pennywise went over there and was like, "Get your ass up. We got to win in 27 years."
I feel I feel like an explanation on that could have just like a little bit maybe like
Yeah, like
show the
like they
cops or
put a
whatever.
basket down there to get some water and up comes a kid.
Yeah, they put it down there and they pull him up and they're oh okay.
Right.
Or they could have done like a one scene where they captured him because he killed his father.
Right.
I think they could have apprehended him and then just like tossed him in juvie or something. And then like that's all you need to do, just boom like that. That's it.
I got you. So you were wanting a little bit of backstory.
Just yeah, on him, just a little bit.
Interesting. You wanted backstory on this character, but you just said totally screw it on the Suicide Squad.
Hey, let's not even bring that up.
Hmm.
Let's not bring that back up.
Interesting.
We're on
Seems
here.
that your motives changed during the movies.
No, we're not gonna get into that one
I
again.
cannot believe you're complaining about a backstory right now on one goddamn character.
Oh God,
Listen, so I don't know if a lot of people listen to this had actually read the Stephen King books.
Steven.
Who?
Steven.
Right, that's what I said. Stephen.
You said Stefan.
Listen, we're not getting into this.
Okay, continue.
So Stephen, no, I'm just screwing with you. Stephen King. If you read the books or anything like that, you'll know where the differences are and where the movie strayed from it. But I read I read them, and then what I can't get out of my head is like how Pennywise came to Earth and what eventually destroys him. Do you know that?
I know he was sent to Earth, but I can't remember a whole lot of like
Like
his
he's an
story.
alien.
Yeah, I know he's an alien.
He like crashed to Earth,
Yeah,
and then he's on here hanging out. Then you know what takes him out?
a group of kids.
Oh,
What takes him out?
a space turtle.
What?
Yeah.
That happens in the book?
If I remember correctly, yeah. He's an alien from outer space that basically can't be killed, but there's some like space turtle. You've
I
never heard this?
no, that is the first time. Well, to be honest, I've read a little bit of the book. I've never read the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm Googling it right now. Pennywise space turtle. Comes right up.
Well, I'm gonna look it up too because
Maturin the turtle. Yeah, I'm telling you, Maturin was the turtle and one of the 12 guardians of the beams that held up the Dark Tower. It says a turtle of massive size with an ancient appearance, Maturin existed long before the creation of the mainstream universe in Stephen King's novels. Are you looking this up too?
Yeah, I'm looking up something.
It says why it in 2017 and it chapter 2. While Maturin does not make an appearance in either of the movies, there are allusions and nods to his existence in the films. Case in point, in the 2017 It, Beverly has a turtle sticker on one of her school books. Before Bill encounters it in his flooded basement, he goes into Georgie's room and picks up a Lego turtle.
Yeah.
When the kids are swimming in the quarry, they argue and attempt to look for a turtle under the water. Then in chapter 2, the exterior shot of adult Ben's house has a turtle statue. Then, when Ben is in the classroom during summer school, there is a turtle on the desk.
Yeah, I never knew.
And then it said Maturin is actually what we call the route that Mike takes from the Native Americans as part of his journey to help guide his path on how to ultimately defeat Pennywise. So they did throw nods to it, which I didn't even know until looking up this article.
I was gonna say I had no idea until you just told me.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Well, that's what I'm looking here. I'm looking at like a different. They're talking about a different ending. Like
So chapter 2?
no, for like the actual book.
Oh, okay.
Like something like they do something like Beverly and the boys have a preteen sex scene type
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, right. They cut that part off, but yeah, they have a big orgy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
but
That's what I say. That's if you read the books and you're listening to this podcast, you're like, you guys are leaving out a lot of stuff. And it's just simply because we try to keep these episodes like 20 to 30 minutes. And if you go through all the differences across all of them, yeah,
it's
you're gonna meet some stuff.
yeah, we're gonna be here all night.
And I'm pretty sure they're not gonna do an orgy scene with their kids. You know what I mean? This ain't a James Gunn movie. I mean, if James Gunn directed it, yeah, there might have been a shot in it. They would have took out a scene that we actually wanted, and he put some shit and that in there.
Yeah,
I'm sure he tweeted about it,
he might have.
but I mean, we are approaching the end, so we got to give these the FOFR score.
Yep.
So that is the Frank Opinions film rating. So let's start with the original. What do you give the original?
Original. So I'm thinking I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, we're going in the halves now. Oh,
We're
okay.
going in the halves. Yep, we got.
Okay. 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 So I'm judging the original based on the era that it was in. For scary movies, it's a 9.
Okay. Okay.
It's a 9 because like I can watch it and still genuinely be freaked out, and I can go back and watch like a Friday the 13th, and I'm like, it's cheesy as hell. So original for the era, I give it a 9.
All right.
So then we go on the It 2017 modern age film. What do you give it?
Oh man, it 2017. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna say 9.7 out of 10.
Yeah, yeah. Since we're doing this weird decimal one thing now, I would definitely give it like a 9.1. I give it that point one better because I still got the genuine excitement to see it again, and I've watched it a few times since then, and I still like it. It still gives me that like that screaming at the TV feeling.
Yep.
But when we go to chapter 2, I gotta drop it back down, and, like, I'm gonna give it, like, a 7.
Yeah, chapter two, I'm giving probably about 8.
Yeah, I mean, the old woman running at me with swinging saggy titties and all that shit, I mean, I could done without the cookie scene.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. I don't know of any other movie that has done some wild shit like that, but
Yeah,
yeah, that was, a
they got to stand out.
yeah, that was a weird moment, but I still liked it. Still one of my top rated horror movies.
For sure.
But next episode, every 5th episode, we're gonna swing it a little different, and we're gonna come into it picking our favorite actor and basically whatever genre we're talking about of that week, we're gonna talk about our favorite actor in that genre of movie. So obviously, like I said, we're talking about horror movies this month. So we're gonna pick an actor that we thought done hands down tremendous job in a role that was a horror movie.
Sounds good.
So please download, subscribe, follow. We've been putting these on all of basically Tasker's channel. He's running point on all things Frank opinions. So you've got what's your YouTube handle?
YouTube, it's the Blartverse.
All right. So if you're not got a podcast subscription, or you know someone that doesn't, or they don't have the free streaming services to find us also, and they're only a YouTube fanatic, you can find the Blartverse on there and pick up on these conversations while seeing some sweet Blartverse books and now merch.
Yep.
So a little plug there. You go jump in with this plug last minute.
Visit the Blartverse .com and you can get, I mean, there's tons of shirts, hoodies, tank tops, there's fanny packs, there's phone cases. I mean, whatever you
Yeah.
wish,
Did
there's.
you choose this or was it just a template you picked from? Because who the hell's gonna get a fanny pack?
Hey, you never know. You might need a fanny pack one day.
Nah.
Hey, people use fanny packs nowadays. I've seen people with fanny packs.
I mean, if I grow a mullet by some pit vipers, yeah, I'll get a fanny pack.
There you go.
But I don't see that. I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Well,
I don't care how cool that shit gets.
but yeah, let us know what you think about the It movies. Give us feedback on what you think of how Frank Opinions is going so far.
Yeah, and you can direct message me on my Instagram, Mustang Jackson 67. That's my main channel that's got all my car stuff and all my motorcycle, all that jazz. So like I said, I'm keeping this one separate from that. But Tasker is also on Instagram with Tasker01, right?
Yep, Tasker01.
So find us on there, direct message us, hit us up,
Tell us what you
tag us
hate,
in
what
stuff.
you love.
Yeah, if you got something you want us to see and cover, tag us in it. Give a shout out, and we'll try to get it on here and get it covered. We're looking for feedback all the time because I really enjoyed this. I have a lot of fun talking with you guys and just talking these movies. But that's everything that I have for this time. Tasker, you good?
I'm good.
All right, guys. Till next time. Peace out, Girl Scout.